Good evening, everybody. Happy midday Monday to you. Pray that all is well with you on this Monday afternoon, for this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. I would say this is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice. I choose to rejoice. I make the decision to rejoice and be glad in it. Well, welcome back to another Midday Monday edition. The boy is back. Mr. Favor is back in the house. Huh? God's been good to us. I pray that you all had a wonderful weekend. I pray that you all had a wonderful, wonderful church service, worship experience on yesterday. Of course, God met us in a powerful way there at the temple, and we had a wonderful, wonderful time. I pray that you all had a wonderful Father's Day to all the fathers. Pray that you all had a wonderful Father's Day, fathers, and you was able to be spoiled. Got you some great gifts, some good eating, and all of that good stuff. Amen. Good afternoon. God bless your mother, Kiers. Pray that all is well. Good to see you. And pray that everybody's doing great. I'm back in the saddle. Mr. Favor is back. And again, I want to say happy belated Father's Day. I know I said it last Monday before I went off the air, but I want to say it again, that I pray that you all had a wonderful Father's Day on yesterday. You was able to get your grub on, get your eat on, all of that good stuff. You know what I mean? But again, first off, I want to invite you all to tune in tonight for another edition of Back to the Bible. We're going back, and we're coming to the end of this particular segment right now. Where has the fellowship gone? And I'm telling you guys, it seems like the closer we get to the end of this segment, the more we unlock, the more we dig, the more we find gold. And I'm telling you, this segment has been awesome. It's been great. The Lord has really been pouring out. He's been opening up. Revelation like never before, man. And also, I mean, just the countless people that are being blessed by the segments, man. So many people from all walks of life, all cultures, nationalities, business people, pastors, just all kinds of people. Been running into people in the gym, out here in the community, on job sites. Doesn't matter where I am. It doesn't matter. I mean, wherever I am, I'm running into people, and everybody is just sharing the testimonials and the praise reports. The members. I mean, just everybody. So to God be the glory, of course, for the great things that He is doing through these lives and these segments, and it's the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in our eyes. So with that, I am grateful again. Thank you all for sharing the videos. So many of you share the videos on your pages, so that helps reach more souls and more lives, more homes, so that people can get this word. That's what it's all about, man. Heaven and earth gonna pass away, but the word of God is gonna stand forever. And that's where our faith is. Our faith is in the word of God. You know what I'm saying? So that's a blessing right there. So again, I want to say thanks to all the supporters who've been tuning in, who've been tuning in and coming on the lives every week, or how often as you can. Thanks to everybody who watches the replay, who tunes in as well. So I'm grateful. Grateful to the Lord for all of the blessings and the benefits and all of the things that He has done. So again, I want to say welcome back. Happy Midday Monday to you. And I do pray that all is well. And I'm doing absolutely well as well. So everybody's doing great. That's good. That's good. That's great. So we'll be back tonight, Lord willing, with AGA. He'll be back to be with you all to teach and to talk about that great segment that we've been in for the last several weeks. And again, we are bringing it to a close. This particular segment, we're wrapping it up. We're getting ready for the next one, and that one is going to be very interesting. And preparing for it and getting ready for it and put some stuff together. Oh boy. But it's needed, it's necessary, it's helpful. And just gotta follow the leading of God and do what He say. You know, that's not a segment that we have not dealt with. All of us, you know, that's not a segment that God has not given me. That was not needed and necessary, and it brought great blessing, and it was on time. And so God's will is always on time. I'm going to say that again. God's will is always on time. God's will always be on time. And God's will always make sure that we are on time. If you want to make sure you're on time, be in God's will. God's will always see to it, make sure and that we are on time. God's will is always on time. So in order to make sure that we be on time, we have to be in God's will. All right. So, and I got to get used to this new format here. I don't know what's going on, but I'm getting used to the new format. So just bear with me, guys. So let me get to the nugget of the day so I can get back to what I'm doing and finish up what I got going on. So let me do that. So today I want to, for the Midday Monday nugget, I always talk about different things I had to pull over here, guys. I always talk about different things as it relates to business. We talk about finances, we talk about budgeting, we talk about investments, we talked about be careful who you confide in. We talk about you are your greatest advertisement. You got to get yourself out there. All of that kind of stuff. You have to, we talked about the first 3 to 5 to 6 years and how you would have to put back into your business. And we talking about making sacrifices and it's just a lot of stuff we've already dealt with. But good evening to everybody that's coming in. Pray that all is well with you. I can't really see who all is on. I know there are people on here, but I just, like I said, with this new format that Facebook got going on, I gotta learn it. But everything is updated and upgrading and whatnot, so I just got to get used to it. But I'm gonna keep on talking because it's showing live, so I must be on here. I like to really cover a lot of the ups and the downs and the ins and the outs, and so people can get an understanding and they won't be caught off guard and they won't panic. I think preparation a lot of times prepares you for problems and setbacks and situations and stuff like that. Um, I think a lot of times people panic and they get all frantic and they get all in an uproar because they're not prepared. And when you're not prepared, it's easy for you to get upset, get in a panic, and you know what I'm saying. But when you're prepared, you realize and recognize, hey, something may occur, um, things may occur. You know what I'm saying, and you may run into some pitfalls, or you may run into some setbacks, or things happen. You know what I'm saying. So you have to prepare for those things. That's why I tell everybody you need to have some capital. When you start a business, you need to have some capital. You need to have something in reserve just in case something happens or goes wrong or whatever the case may be. Good evening to you, Brother Bear. What's going on, brother? Pray that all is well with you. So we got to be prepared, because you never know when something is going to pop off, when things are going to get a little rocky. So, and I always tell people that always have something in reserve. As a matter of fact, not just, you don't need to do that in business. You need to do that period in life. Have a savings account, have some money put up just in case something happens. You have enough money that you can be able to pay your bills if you're not having no income coming in, if you have an injury or something like that. Because a lot of times when you be injured on your job and stuff, it takes at least 30, 45 to 60 days for a lot of your benefits as it relates to workers' comp, as it relates to a lot of your other insurance benefits that you may have on your job and what have you. So it takes a while for that stuff to kick in until you see your first check or compensation or something like that. So you got to be able to have something to pay your bills. You got to be able to take care of all your expenses, your utilities, and things like that, because you don't want that period to be a very bad period for you, where you lose a lot of the stuff you work so hard for in order to get. So you don't want to put yourself in a bind. So that's a good thing. That's a good principle to follow all the way across the board. And I want to say this to all the young people: start young, start saving young. Open you up a checking account, a savings account. Start young. You don't have to wait till you get in your 20s or your 30s. By the time you get in your 20s and 30s, if you start young, you start right now, have your parents to open you up a checking account, savings account, when you get an allowance or you get some extra money, or if somebody can put some money in it for you, start young. Start saving your money, putting your money up, you know what I mean? And I know you got your little piggy bank around the house and whatnot, but put that money in the bank, you know what I'm saying? And that way it can draw interest, and put it in like an account where you can draw interest. And by you being so young, by the time you get 22, 25, 30 years old, you will see the fruit of your labor putting away. Good evening to everybody. God bless you. To the Pains, Brother Brian Barr, what's up, B? Good evening to you, Sister Fontella Howard. God bless you. God bless you all. Pray that all is well with you and everybody's having a God bless, safe, successful, and productive day. Amen. And to everyone else that I cannot see, good evening to you. God bless you all. Pray that all is well. And so, start young, put you some money back, you know what I'm saying? Learn how to prioritize. When you're in business, or you just, living life, period, you learn from your mistakes. And that's one of the things that I want to do on these lives at Midday Mondays. I want to be able to not just share all the good, but I want to share some of the mistakes I've made, some of the bad decisions, and then I've learned from those. That helps me to become a better steward and to be able to prioritize. I call it priority spending. where you prioritize what you spend. You gotta really monitor what you spend. Just because you have it doesn't mean you should spend it. You understand? Just because you can doesn't mean you should. What I mean by that, just because you can afford something, just because you have the money to purchase something, doesn't mean you should. I call that priority spending. You understand what I'm saying? It looks nice and you may want to have it, but the question is, do you need it? So a lot of times we buy things, we spend money on things because we could, but should we have done that? Should we have bought that? Should we have spent money on that? And then when you sit and you think about it, you bought it, but it's just sitting. You're not using it. It's just there. So you have the luxury to say, I have it. You have the luxury to say, I got that, but it's not being used. So it becomes a liability at that point because it is not adding or it's not bringing in any revenue or it's not being productive as it relates to what you're trying to do. So a lot of the things we look at as assets, they're really not assets. They're really liabilities because we spent money to purchase it, but it's not doing any good. It is not bringing any revenue. It's not producing anything. It's just for looks. It's for likes. It's for looks and for likes, but it's not really adding. So some things you don't really need. That's because you can get it doesn't mean you should get it. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's called priority spending. So if you're going to spend money, especially when it comes to business, make sure it's business related and make sure it is going to enhance or help the business, either grow, to produce, or it's going to expand your outreach as it relates to your network or your connections that will potentially bring you more business. I don't think people really spend a lot of time or enough time expanding their borders as it relates to their business. They don't really reach outside of this little comfort zone, is what they call it. You know, you limit yourself. You know, you limit yourself when you only center yourself in one circle, one spot. So you're not known. Don't nobody know you outside of this little spot right here. And I don't think people really branch out enough. They don't really expand their borders as it relates to networking and connecting. Outside of the little box that they're in, outside of the little circle they're in. I always tell people, why are you stuck in a pond when there's oceans out here? There are seas out here. But when you box yourself and you only stay within this little pond, you limit yourself. You limit your potential. You limit everything that you have that has the ability to expand and grow and produce and be fruitful and multiply. But when you just stay within this little circle, this little box, what if this area dry up? What if this little pond dries up? You know what I mean? What are you going to do? So I don't think people really spend a lot of time expanding. You know what I'm saying? Who are you? Do anybody know who you are? Outside of the little circle you in. Who are you? You know what I'm saying? Has anybody ever heard of you? So you have to step out and get out of that comfort zone. And you cannot be comfortable. Business is not supposed to be comfortable. I'm going to say this. Boy, this is good. If it ain't blessing nobody, it's blessing me. Okay? Because I enjoy sharing these principles and nuggets. Business, if you are doing it right, and if you are making an impact, and if you are being influential in a positive way, and if you are serving the needs of your customers, and you're doing that which is necessary in order for you to be successful, it's not going to be comfortable. The needs and the needs and the demands of your customers, sometimes it's going to cause you to be uncomfortable, because there are going to be times where you may get a phone call and a customer may need some supplies or some material or whatever the case may be. And you may be comfortable. You don't feel like doing it. But because it's a part of your business and it's the service that you offer, you got to go and you got to take care of business. That's just like, okay, I'll give you a perfect example. All of these companies that offer 24-hour emergency services. Let's say your plumbing go out. Let's say you have something, appliance or air conditioning unit or something go out at your home, right? Sometimes you need to move in silence. That is correct. Like if you have something go off in your home. Well, some of these companies, they offer 24-hour service. Okay? You can call towing service, all kinds of things. Road calls, people who do mechanical work. These people, and this is what proves and it supports my statement that I made. Business is not comfortable. Do you think those people who are a lot of times in a lot of cases, they are in bed, they are at home, they are spending time with their families. Many of them are sitting there in front of the TV in the recliner watching the football game, and then their phone go off. Somebody needs to be told. Somebody has some plumbing issues, because they are on call. They offer that service. You know what I mean? Business is uncomfortable. Business is not comfortable. It's not a comfortable place, because there are times you're going to be called upon. There'll be times to where you're going to be going in, you're going to be doing things, and you ain't going to feel like it. There are times you're going to have to go even when you're sick. You may not be feeling well, but if there's nobody else available, you got to go. It's not going to be comfortable. Okay? Even doing your business is not comfortable. So if you want more, if you want to expand, if you want to do greater things, that's not going to be comfortable either. So a lot of times we look for comfortability, and this is why we're not growing. This is why we're not expanding. This is why it seems like we're not being productive and we're not producing, and then we get frustrated. And then once we get frustrated, we look for the easy way, which is out. But again, I think I did a segment on this recently. You got to check your circle. You cannot expect to do no more than your circle. The people around you. If you don't have the right support, if you don't have the right circle, you're not connected to the right people, you're not going to do no more than what they do. As a matter of fact, all of y'all going to have the same common denominator. We just going to do enough to get by. You need to center yourself around people that are thinking greater, thinking bigger, doing bigger things, want more. You understand? You got to connect yourself with those type of people. You can't expect to do great things and you're around a bunch of people that they ain't doing nothing. They ain't offering nothing. They ain't helping you get nothing. So how you expect to go anywhere or do anything and you around people that don't want nothing like you? Just check your circle. You don't have to believe me. Just look at your circle. Look at your circle of friends right now. Just look at the people that you around. You like to hang with. You comfortable around. You having fun. You having fun, but you're not productive. Just look at the circle you're around. What are they offering you? What are they bringing you? Okay, a day like today, what are you doing? Yeah, you watching me, but what are you doing? What are you doing? Productive. And somebody may say, well, what are you doing? Oh, I'm doing something. First of all, I'm on this live doing the Midday Monday. But best believe, I'm doing something. I'm being productive. It's behind the scene, but I'm being productive. So my question is, what are you doing? What are they doing? You know why? You know why the situation is the way it is? Because you have no reach. You have no connection. You have no network. So if this pond dries up, if this pond has nothing, you have nothing. That's not good. And you know why you're in the position you're in? Because you want to be comfortable. Comfortability is one of our greatest hindrances. It is not people. It is not somebody that don't want us to make it. You know how people say, nobody want me to make it. They want to see me fail. Can't nobody stop you from succeeding but you. Can't nobody make you fail but you. Can't nobody hold you back but you. Okay? People can talk all they want. Talking only stops you when you stop to listen. Amen. Talking only stops you when you stop to give attention to what they're saying and start listening. People talking about you really don't have the power to stop you. The only way what somebody is saying only way what somebody's saying can stop you is you got to stop to listen to it. Other than that, what they saying can't stop you from doing nothing. You got to want to do it. You got to have a drive. You got to have a desire. You got to have a passion. And you got to be determined that I got to get out of this comfort zone. I can't sit here and wait on somebody else to do it for me. Or I can't sit here and wait for somebody else to call me so that I can benefit from what they're doing. You understand? No. It starts here, ladies and gentlemen. Your success doesn't start in your pocket. Your success starts in your mind. Remember, determination is true success. You will never have success if you're not determined to do what it takes to go get it. Okay? Success does not start in your hands. Success does not start in your pocket. Success starts in your mind. It has to start here, ladies and gentlemen. Which means we have to become successful here if we're going to see success out here. Okay? You would never be out here what you do not first become in here. Okay? You got to see yourself doing more. You got to see yourself doing better. You got to see yourself being productive. You got to see yourself being a better person. You would never change. You would never change out here if you never change first in here. See, a lot of people trying to change, but they haven't changed here. They trying to change the look. They trying to change their outfit. They trying to change their location. They change their jobs. They change their career. They change where they live. They change relationships. They change churches. They change everything else. They change their hair color. They change their hair design. They change everything. And they doing all of the changing outside, but they never changed in here. And this is why we don't be consistent in who we are and what we do. Because change has to start here. Okay? Your success starts here. Your productivity starts here. Okay? So, and sometimes you have to, you can't always tell everything you do. And I see this too. And I'm going to get off of here because I got to go. I see people do this so much, and this is another reason why they can't go no further. First of all, when you set out to do something, it does matter who you tell and who you run it by. And a lot of times it is your circle. It go back to your circle and your circle of network and your circle of friends and whatnot. Why are you sharing ideas with people that laugh at you when you share with them what you plan to do? They laughing at you. They making fun of you. And then you allow their opinion, you allow their response to dictate to you what you do or don't do. Then you end up not doing nothing because of what your crowd had to say about it. Do you know how many successful things that I have accomplished that other people said it wouldn't work, that other people laughed at and made fun and talked about? It didn't matter to me because I knew what God put in me. And then the idea had to come from him because I never would have thought of it. Well, when I acted on it, and I didn't tell a lot of people, but it's hard for somebody not to find out what you're doing because somebody is always looking at you as to what you do. So when you always got lookers and you always got listeners, somebody going to find out what you're doing. Well, a lot of things that I do, most people, they don't even think about it. They don't even consider it, right? I'm one of those type of guys. I'm out of the box kind of thinkers. You know what I'm saying? I don't, I'm not average. I wouldn't what you call average. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mediocre. That's not me. I sitting around doing nothing, comfortable, waiting on somebody to do something for me. No, that's not me. I'm a go-getter. I'm a guy. I would try it. And if it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. But at least I have that peace within myself and say, you know what? I tried it. It was an idea. I liked it. I tried it. It worked. You never know what may work until you try it. And then a lot of the things will work if we just do it. If we just work it. We just try it. But see, there it is again. We got to get out of our comfort zone. You got to be patient. We want this. You got to change your mind. See, the mindset is we want this quick, fast. I think I talked about this 2 weeks ago about how people chase the more. You chasing more money, but it's temporary. It don't last. Versus you're not willing to take less, but it is consistent and it is long term. Most folk would chase the more on the dollar, but it's temporary. They turn this down because it's less, right? But then when this is over, this is still going. Now you're sitting and wishing you had a took this. See, it's all in the thinking, right? So we have to change our thinking, man. I think this nugget is centered around the way you think. Everything you go through, everything you deal with. And so we got this quick, fast pace. We don't want to wait nothing out. We don't want to be patient. We don't want to invest any time. We don't want to invest any resources. We don't want to wait on the return. We want everything quick. We want it quick. We want it quick. If I do this, then what? What am I going to get out of this? What am I going to get out of this? No, it's not always what you going to get out of it. It's what you willing to put in it. You can't expect a withdrawal unless you put in a deposit. We always looking for what we can get out of something. Well, how do you expect? Why would you expect to get anything out of what you do not put in? How can you expect to get something from what you did not put into? Listen to your words. What's in it for me? What are you willing to put in it? Because you can't expect a return without an investment. It's called return on investment. You invest and then you return. If it's an investment, it's going to take time to build. It's going to take time to process. That means you have to be willing to wait. You got to be willing to wait for the return. And a lot of people are not willing to wait. They get impatient. They want it right now. And guess what? Those are the people that miss out on so many opportunities, and they sitting on the sideline watching the people that made the investment, that put the time in, that was willing to wait, to make sacrifices. Now they are reaping the harvest of the investment. Okay? Versus other people sitting around looking, but they're not reaping. Okay? So you want to reap. You want to reap the harvest. You want to be able to make investments. I told the church on yesterday, I shared this with the church where AGA did. I was in church though, by the way. Mr. Favor was in church. AGA, I remember what Pastor Gary said yesterday. Pastor Gary was teaching about investors. We have to change our mindset and we have to see ourselves as investors. Okay? Which means that we have to be willing and patient to wait on the return. If we invest the right seed, we will get the right return. If we be patient, but it's going to require us to be patient, and it's going to require us to leave it alone. That's just like an investment. When you make an investment, you got to leave it alone so you can let it work, give it time to work so it can produce that return and that harvest. You can't keep going to an investment, taking money off of it, taking money out of it, pinching it. You know what I'm saying? You got to be patient. You can't always go there and try to put pressure on the investment. Okay? You got to leave it alone. So never invest anything that you're not willing to leave it alone. Okay? You got to be able to leave it alone and give it time and space in order to produce what you invested and sold it to do. Okay? You got to be willing to leave it alone. Give it that space. Give it time. Sometimes it can take months, weeks, months. Sometimes it can take a couple years, but you will have a return on your investment. Just like all of your IRAs and annuities and things like that, you got to put that money in there and you got to let it stay. And over the years, when you get retirement age and you get to an age where you feel like it's time to retire, you got that money sitting in there and they can take care of you. All your bills are paid. Your house is paid for. You don't have no overhead. Now you can live a comfortable life. You can be retired, enjoy yourself, travel, go on trips. You ain't got to worry about nothing. But you gotta plan. You gotta prepare for these things. All that sounds good, right? Oh, wow, I can see myself sitting on the beach. I can see myself retired, sitting in my lawn chair, drinking lemonade. Yeah, you can see all of that. But you got to invest into that, okay? You won't see that if you don't invest into that, okay? So you got to invest into what you want to enjoy and what you want to see and experience. You gotta put it in, okay? Don't waste your money. Don't waste your time. And so these are some of the principles I wanted to share with you guys today. I hope it blessed you. I hope it encouraged you. I don't want you to quit. I don't want you to give up. I don't want you to get discouraged because it's easy to do when you don't have no other options. See, a lot of times when we don't have no other options, we don't have no other connections, we don't have no other avenues, it makes sense to quit. But why would you quit? Why would you quit when all you got to do is change? When all you got to do is make some changes and some adjustments and come out of your comfort zone. And sometimes you got to disconnect from where you are. You got to disconnect from where you are. That's just like you plugging a lamp into a socket that don't work. Okay. But you got a plug over here on the other side that works. It got current running through it, but because you're comfortable over here, plugged into a socket that doesn't work, it's not working. Okay, you've been plugged in over here. It ain't working. Don't you see it? It's not working. Unplug it. Unplug you and move to another spot. Plug in where the power is so that you can produce. You can't produce being plugged into a socket or a place that's not giving you what you need to produce. Okay? Unplug, move over where the power is. Find out where the connection is and plug in. Okay? What you stand over there for? You know what? Sometimes we can be loyal. We can be loyal to something that is not working. We can be loyal to something that is not helping us produce, that is not helping us become better. But we loyal. But it ain't helping us. It ain't helping us. It's helping. It's helping them, but it ain't helping you. You understand? What's the saying? What's the saying goes? If helping you is hurting me, it's time for me to stop helping you. Hey, look here. If helping you is hurting me, I got to stop helping you. Because I'm getting hurt in the process of helping you. This is what we got to, listen, let me tell you something. Stop being loyal to stuff that ain't helping you. This is where your frustration coming from. Because you feel entitled. You feel like they owe you. You feel like they owe you because you've been loyal. No, you be loyal. You be loyal to your business. Okay? Be loyal to your business, and you be loyal to the customers, and you be loyal to those who has been loyal to you. You don't be loyal to anything and anybody that is not loyal to you. Okay? That's ridiculous. But yet you the one suffering. They ain't suffering. I guarantee you they not suffering. I guarantee you they not worried about no money. They not worried about no work or no or whatever. I bet they ain't worried. They don't have a care in the world. Okay? Come on, guys. Let's wake up. Let's wake up. Let's have a mind change and stop being comfortable where you're not being productive. It doesn't make any sense. Okay? It doesn't make any sense for you to suffer because you want to be comfortable. That doesn't make any sense, guys. It's time to make a decision. It's time to do better. It's time to stop pointing fingers. It's time to stop blaming other people for your lack of success. And you need to put the work in and make the sacrifices and stop sitting around waiting on somebody to do something for you. You know, sometimes Mr. Favor got to show that tough love. Sometimes Mr. Favor got to show tough love. Because I didn't get to where I am riding on a flower bed of ease. Okay? Hard work got me where I am. And I'm continuing to put in the hard work. And going to continue to do what I got to do. Okay? So, come on, guys. It's time to gird up. Put your big boy britches on. Put your big girl britches on. Roll up your sleeves. If you want to turn your hat on backwards, turn your hat on backwards. But it's time to get to it. So you can see some productivity. And so you can see the fruit of your labor. All right? This is Mr. Favor. And I've enjoyed the Nugget today. Pray that you all enjoyed it. Let it be a blessing to you. All right? Keep the boy lifted up. I got to get back on the road. I got to finish doing what I got to do. I got to go back to being productive. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm going to stop and get me something to eat in the process. You better believe that. You know what I mean? Brother got to eat. But y'all be blessed. Much love to you. I'm praying for you till we meet again. Be sober, be vigilant, because the adversary of the devil is walking about as a roaring lion, seeking who he may devour. But we choose to dwell in the secret place of the Most High so we can abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Want you to know, guys, I love you. I'm praying for you. All right? Y'all be safe. Be productive. And I'll see you on the next go around. All right? Join AGA tonight, 7 p.m. for another edition of Back to the Bible. Let it bless your life. All right? Come on back and support him. And he'll be most appreciative. All right? Lord willing, I'll see y'all next Monday, midday at 12 noon. Mr. Favor, and share some more nuggets with you as it relates to business and all that good stuff. All right? Share the videos, guys. Hope it blessed your life. I'm out of here. Peace.